When it comes to container images and cloud-native artifacts, a lot of enterprises are sourcing those from external vendors or public registries like Docker Hub. In this video, I'll talk a little bit about what is the best way to capture some information when acquiring container images from sources like Docker Hub. Let's just briefly actually walk through the process. So you have Docker Hub, where you pull images for your use. As best practice, instead of actually pulling directly from Docker Hub, you need to pull the images inside a registry that you have control of. And not only that, but before you even pull it inside the registry that you have a control of, you may want to also do some vulnerability checks. And I talk and write about this on my blog. So you can go and find articles there. But there is the concept of quarantine, where you pull the image from Docker Hub, you put it into a quarantine registry, and you do a vulnerability scan in this quarantine registry. So let me put, let's say, bug here, okay? So since there is no, there is a bug. So this is a vulnerability scan. Now, quite often, and I have a full blog post about that, during this vulnerability scan, you will discover some vulnerabilities. And if you have a policy to say that you are not allowed to actually promote any of those images to your golden internal registry, and that's the only registry where your internal developers should be pulling from, this is the golden one. If your policy does not allow any images with vulnerabilities to go to the golden registry, you need to implement a approval workflow. And I had another video about the approval workflow that you can go watch. But as part of the approval workflow, you want to capture some information: who approved it, what were kind of the vulnerabilities discovered during approval, the date of the approval, eventually the issue that was filed, and so on. I have all this implemented in my CSSC project in GitHub, so CSSC framework. You can go and see how, for example, the actions are working there and how they get approved. But in this video, I just wanted to show very briefly one additional step that I added, which is adding empty referrer artifact that has certain annotations to the image that is approved. So here I have a image that is the Python 3.14 Slim image that was promoted to my golden internal registry. However, as part of the promotion, so it seems that over the last month that happened twice. So as part of the promotion, I capture certain annotations which give me a much more information, like, for example, the source of the image before it got promoted to my golden registry. So I have that, in this particular case, that's my quarantine registry. That is the date that this promotion actually happened, and it's captured as part of the copy. It's says that this is override of the policy. Also, those are the CVs that were discovered at the time of the promotion. It gives me also details about the scanner. I used 3V and the scanner version that actually found those vulnerabilities. This is the tag that was scanned. It tells me also what was my threshold for vulnerability, for vulnerabilities, and what the policy says, what do I block. It gives me information who promoted it, of course that's me, but also has a link to the issue which was used for the promotion. So let me actually show that issue. And you will see this issue and what was what happened there. So during the promotion, because the promotion was blocked from quarantine to golden, my GitHub action that does the promotion and enforces the policy created this issue, and it waited for my approval to actually approve it, and only then the image was copied. The assumption here is that I check the vulnerabilities that are actually reported by the scanner, eventually decide that those vulnerabilities are not very important and my applications will not be impacted by them. Of course, that's a very subjective decision, and I decided that I will promote it because I need this particular image. So you can instrument your promotions with additional information, so you can keep at least information what is happening and why this image ended up in your golden registry.